Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. So glad you could attend. Come inside my Movie Maniacs as we take a look at Love in the Time of Monsters. Yes, we get the story of Marla and Carla, two sisters who go on the road to a cheesy tourist trap where one of their sisters' boyfriends are working there, and so they're going to visit him, surprise him. Well, they get a surprise all right at this tourist trap, and no, it's not the cheesy attractions or the really silly dance routines. No, it's the form of these mutant creatures that end up showing up and wanting to eat the flesh of the guests at this tourist trap. And we see how the sisters, along with the help of a cast of characters, including the hunter Chester, try to survive the night, figure out how to kill these mutants, where they came from, and also if the nachos are still free during happy hour. Yes, folks, Love in the Time of Monsters, brought to us by director Matt Jackson, gives us a refreshingly original, humorous send-up to, films that they love, but also establishing its own identity. And that's what I really loved about this film. It had elements and inklings of horror films of the past, but it really was trying to establish itself with its own identity, and I think Matt Jackson accomplishes that. One of the reasons is because of this cast he has assembled. I mean, sure, you got Kane Hodder in here, who has become a staple in independent films, and I loved his Lou character, the guy who's the head of this group of employees who poses Sasquatch, who some nasty things befall to them, and I really enjoyed seeing him on screen. As always, such a great actor. But you also get Doug Jones in here. Yes, Abe Sapien himself from Hellboy is in here. He also played Deathbolt in Arrow. He plays Dr. Lincoln, and this was a surprise character. Did not expect a character like this in a film like this, and man, does Doug just eat up every scene he's in. He's got some really great delivery of his lines, especially one of the scenes where he's trying to explain to everybody who's left what has happened and try to tell them how he might have a solution to the problem. Really great scene there. Great banter back and forth with the whole cast, and really thought it was a creative character. In fact, a lot of these characters are very creative. While they do have inklings and familiarities of characters of the past, they also have their little quirks, and they're also played just to that line of silliness without going over the line to being annoying. Each one of them handles the character with care and makes sure to add that extra comedic bit to their character, but not adding too much to where you're just like, man, this character again. Loved seeing every single one of these zany characters around these sisters show up. The Chester character, played by Hugo Armstrong, is especially entertaining. He embodies a lot of those mysterious hunters that you see in other horror films, and he really had a lot of fun with this character, you can tell. And then there's the gore effects. Gore horrors, this is a horror comedy for you. Plenty of gore effects in here. Some people being dispatched in ways similar to a George Romero film with lots of intestines and such, very visceral, while other dispatchings go on in very creative ways. You'll never look at a squirrel the same way again, let me tell you, folks. And it snowballs from there to where it gets more and more crazy, but at the same time never feels like it's going too silly. It really acknowledges the type of film it is, and I loved that as well. Matt Jackson directs this and keeps it clipping along nicely. Michael Scavara's script never takes itself too seriously, but it is still trying to make a serious comedy horror film, and I thought they did it really well. So please check out Love in the Time of Monsters. Great production value, fun indie horror comedy film that's not going to be a waste of your time. I think you'll appreciate it, you'll enjoy it, you'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll go, oh my god, but most of all, you'll realize that independent cinema still is where it's at, and that's why I support it so much. So please support independent cinema, and if you're in Wisconsin, check out the Madtown Horror Film Festival that's happening this weekend, the 23rd, 24th. I'm going to be down there both days doing interviews. I'll bring all of that footage for you next week, but why not come down and meet even me, Mark the Movie Man, live in Madison, Wisconsin at the Madtown Horror Film Festival. Some great independent films there. Support independent cinema, folks. That's where our original, fun, refreshing movies are at. And until next time, remember, keep that ticket stub.